everyone, welcome to my channel Mathematics and Magic. Today we are going to discuss set theory of class 11 CBSE board book, and in this particular section, as we are dealing with the Assam Boards Council's course, so 30% is deducted, and from set theory complementary sets and its properties deducted. It is the proportion which will be needed for your probability theory. So when we will discuss probability theory this year or second year, we will discuss the complementary set and its properties. So now let us start with the fundamental concept of set. So what is set? Before going to what is set, who originated it? It was originated by George Boole. He was from 1815 to 1864, and George Cantor 1845 to 1918. Next point is set theory is known as the language of modern mathematics, because everything we can convert to the set theory and we can find out the value. So next is what is set. Set is a well-defined collection of distinct objects or elements of same property. These three I wrote in a point wise. The condition, the thing is that all these 3 points are very important. Well-defined, then distinct, and having same property. What do you mean by well-defined? See, I put my pen on the board. So what will be the set? The set is the board. There is a pen on the board. This is a set, and this type of sets which is having only one single element, we call them singleton set. Now I remove the pen from here. Even we can define set here also. We can say that there is no pen left over on the board. So every time it is very much well defined. And distinct. Distinct means 1 pen, 2 pen, 3 pen. In other words, we can say set deals with quantitative qualities, not qualitative qualities. Next one is same properties. This is very important. In a set, whatever you will get, suppose I am giving you an example, a set of bat, ball, pad, gloves, helmet, uniform, shoes, then stumps. So what set is that? It's a set of cricket kit. So property is also there. So same property elements, we write them in one single set. We make them box and we write them. Sometimes what happen, we have to arrange our tables. So what we used to do, sometime we take the physics book and we take the classwork copy, homework copy, or tuition copy together, and then we took chemistry book, then chemistry classwork, homework, tuition copy together. That means we are making the bunch. These bunch are actually the sets. Now after set, what is element? Element is the content of the set is known as element. The set actually built with these elements. Suppose in this case I wrote A equals to A, E, I, O, U. These 5 letters, alphabets, having a very special quality or special property. What is the property? That they are known as a vowel of English alphabets. So that means this set signifies that the vowels of English alphabets. Now after showing this one, next is how to write a set or how to define a set. So generally when we start discussing how to write a set or how to define a set, so the concept will come like this. Generally capital letters are used to denote a set. Suppose I am writing a set A. This is set A, and I am putting curly bracket and writing 1, 2 and 3. So it is a set. And after each element we have to put 1 comma in this pattern of writing of sets. Now next is there are 3 methods. Now how to write a set? 3 methods. First one is tabular or roster form. We will discuss set builders form or rule method. We will discuss descriptive form. So all these 3 forms having their specialties. So first one is tabular form. Tabular form means writing any information or displaying any information in the form of tabular display. That means displaying elements in a table form. Table form means we can see each and every element here. So elements we can see as they are. There is nothing else will be written. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 100, and you can see the set is written as capital N. So normally there is a special kind of sets which we denote by capital N. And what is that? Let us come to the next example or next theory. Next theory is rule method or rule form or set builders form. So in this case what we will discuss, we will write a set according to the property a set is possessing. So in this case we know the property, but we can write down the property directly in the next section. That means if we are writing the set in rule method or rule form. So the set here you see x such that x is a natural number. Obviously we know that natural number starts from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and goes up to 100. So x is a natural number and x belongs to, that means x is in between. X is in between 1 to 100. That means this symbol, this inequality, it implies that x is greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equals to 100. Or we can write more precisely that x such that x is in between 1 to 100 and x belongs to n. That means x belongs to natural number. So ultimately all these three sets having same meaning. So what it displaying? Displaying the common properties. In this method we are displaying common properties. Next method is descriptive method, just writing it in a word form. So descriptive method says that descriptive methods, it is set of natural numbers that is natural numbers less than or equal to 100. So we are just write it down in terms of words. There is nothing else. So these are the concept of different types of sets, the different forms of writing sets, how we can write sets in different form. Next concept comes, it is types of sets. So first definition is empty set. When I start the discussion, I told you that I am putting a pen on the board and I am saying that if the pen is here, so the set will be a pen is on the board. So it is a singleton set because only one pen. Now I am removing the pen from the board. So how can we define? I told you that I can define that also, and we define it like that there is no pen on the board. So what actually I have done? I first define the existence of a pen. That means a set having one single element, and then I define the set which has no element. So when we define a set having no element, that set is known as empty sets or null sets. So for example, suppose I am writing a equals to phi. Phi is a Greek letter, and we used to denote that if I am writing a equals to phi means a is a null set. A is a null set. But if I am writing phi inside the curly bracket, it means the set A is having one single element. It is a singleton set. A is a set whose element is phi, not a null set. Okay, so null set are the sets which have no element actually. Impossible sets are all sets are conditions are all null sets. Suppose the earth is having two natural satellites. So our earth don't have any natural satellites other than moon. So it is a null set. Now after null set, next conception is universal set. First of all, you have to understand the concept of universe. Universe is a place where everything is included, including us. So what is then universal set? Universal set is a set is called universal set if it includes every set under discussion. That means suppose we are discussing about natural number, suppose we are discussing about rational number, irrational number, integers, suppose we are discussing about whole number, we are discussing about fraction and so on. So all these sets, all the elements of these sets, they actually included in a single set, and the name of the single set is real numbers. So all the elements are included in this real number set. Now universal set, what is set? A set is called universal set if it includes every set under discussion. That means if we are discussing about numbers, number line, then we have to discuss about a natural number, we have to discuss about irrational number, rational number, integer, whole number, fraction, square roots, everything. So all these elements included one single set, that is real number. Okay, next is finite and infinite set. So what do you mean by finite set? There are two conditions for a set becoming finite set. If the set is an empty set, that means if it is a null set, means suppose a equals to 5, it is a finite set. And if it happens that a set having or has countable number of elements, then that set is known as finite set or finite set. So A equals to A, E, I, O, U. You can count and finish it. Now next comes infinite set or infinite set. It is if a set is a non-empty set and has infinite number of elements, it goes on and on and on and on, then those sets are known as infinite sets. Suppose I wrote here a set A whose elements are 1, 2, 3 and dot dot dot, it goes on and on. Or you can write R is a set where it starts from -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and goes on and on to the right hand side. So these two sets are the example of infinite sets. Now another conception is cardinal number. What is cardinal number? Cardinal number, actually we can find out the total number of elements of a set, and for that we need some conditions. So condition 1 is that a set must be a finite set. So this is the condition. So next is cardinal number is the total number of elements in a finite set. Suppose this is a set A and the elements are 5, 7, 9, 11 and 13. So we can define NA. NA signifies cardinal number of set A, and how many numbers are there? 5, 7, 9, 11 and 13. Then cardinal number will be NA will be equals to 5. Now next concept is equal sets. So what is equal sets? Two sets A and B is equal if the condition is both the sets cardinal numbers are equal and every element of set A belongs to set B and every element of set B belongs to set A. So the first session is up to this. We will discuss next with the subset, proper subset and super subset. Thank you.